If you have anxiety, then you need to use the cognitive model. The cognitive model suggests that negative thoughts about the world, your surroundings, family, friends, your health, and finances all contribute to your anxiety. Now, if you find yourself worrying about your ability to cope, or always fear that something bad's going to happen, or insist all your accomplishments, positive qualities in yourself do not count, then this model is for you. Again, the cognitive model proposes that negative thoughts lead to anxiety. These thoughts could be, I won't be able to handle this, or I'm going to make a mistake. So the cognitive model basically boils down to 3 points. Point number 1, you feel the way you think. Point number 2, anxiety results from disordered, illogical thoughts. And point number 3, if you want to reduce anxiety, you have to change how you think to change how you feel. If you're going to take anything from this video, it must be from those 3 things. So I have 2 techniques for you to reduce your anxiety. The first one is called thought challenging, and it's as it sounds. Thought challenging is questioning a negative thought or looking at it in a different way. So an example of this would be if you were to say, I'm not good enough. I want you to question that negative thought by saying, where is the evidence for this? Have I been successful in the past? Are there people who think I am good enough? And is there a more realistic way to think about my qualities and my achievements? We're doing this because we want to reprogram your mind to think positively. With anxiety, and when you start getting more and more negative thoughts, you only focus on those negative thoughts. One negative thought is stronger than 4 positive thoughts. So I always like to say, if you want to counteract one negative thought, you need 5 positive thoughts. So this technique can help you get into that process of saying, this negative thought is not as bad. An example would be panic attacks. So if you're having a panic attack, I want you to question it by saying this. What are the odds this happens? Have I had a panic attack in the past before and survived? And is there a more realistic way I can cope with this? And it's the same principle. With anxiety, you're not thinking logically. The negative thoughts take over your mind. So if we can think more logically and less emotionally, you'll come to understand that these situations, these negative thoughts, aren't as bad as you think they are. So the second technique is called reframing. Now, what reframing is you look at a situation or a negative thought and you look at it a different perspective by viewing it in a positive way. So an example of this would be if you say, I'm a failure, right? We don't want our mind to say that. So we want to reframe that to, I may have made a mistake, but that does not define me overall. You know, if you also think this is going to be a disaster, you know, whether you're about to take a test and you don't feel confident in yourself, I want you to reframe it to, you know, I do not know the outcome of the situation, but I will still try my best. You know, with the reason why we have anxiety is because these negative thoughts, you know, overtake our mind. So using reframing and using thought challenging can help you reduce that anxiety, reduce those negative thoughts so you no longer feel anxious about the situation. You know, I believe on you because you clicked on this video. You want to get rid of your anxiety. And I believe in you because you have unlimited potential.